landscape designer wants some guidance on producing a PDF file at high resolution. It's a relatively complex series of steps, and I think it's well worth having a little checklist. First, set up your printer, file, and print. Notice that this is to be printed on an A2 sheet at, in fact, a scale of 1 to 150. So let's pick our printer first, and I've chosen a CutePDF writer. I could change that and pick in the drop down, and there are other print to PDF. Microsoft have one, and there are others, but I prefer using CutePDF. Also, go to Properties and go to Paper and Quality, go to Advanced. We know the requirement here is for an A2 sheet. You've got a choice of ISO A2 if you're following ISO standards, or scroll up here and pick A2. I'll pick ISO A2 and OK that. Now we come back to the print step. We need landscape and portrait, and then we're an OK. So we're all set to printer, and those settings will remain. We don't want fit to paper. Notice when I take that off, we get very close to 1:1. I could bring that back and OK, and it would go off and print. But I want to cancel from there, and those settings will be held, and I need to check A2 at 1 to 150. So I select the floating viewport, and I notice the view scale is set at 1 to 125, not 1 to 150. I'm a little pedantic, but I would go at that point to the Layouts Manager and come in here and just change that heading. The title block tells us it's 1 to 125, and that did not work. I think I probably forgot to hit the Enter key at that point. That locks the change in, and we'll OK. And that bit's done. Another thing to make sure is that when we print to PDF writers like the one that we're going to use, CutePDF, they're not capable of printing designs with where the GCAP plus gradient or transparency has been used, and so we have to make sure there is no transparency issues in the design, because printing will be very slow and may not in fact print properly or even obliterate important things. So if you keep your eye on this area here and we go to View, we'll take Transparent Printer off, and you can see now transparency is no longer there. I want to put it back on, and I need to jump back into the model and pick the circle symbol. I imagine it's a circle, and transparency. The intention is to have a very faint colour, so I'm actually going to change my colour. By using transparency, we get sort of a fairly grey, light grey colour. So we'll OK that. And we need to change transparency back to the default, which is 255. So now if we unselect all and go back to our print, we still have to put that at the back. So you can see there's a little bit of dodging around. I need to send that. That represents probably a garden bed area, or might even be some paving. I'm not familiar with the designer's intention, so we will move that to the back. That looks better. And we come in here. That, I think, was my designer's intention. So I believe now we are ready to print. There's no other problems with the drawing, everything else looks fine. So File and Print. Remember all the settings that we adjusted. Oh, the dots per inch we need to change, don't we? Properties, Advanced. Here's the dots per inch. 600 dpi is probably fine, but let's imagine we have a very demanding client. We'll set that at 2400 and we'll OK. So I think we're now ready to print. And GCAD Plus will go away and do the job. It asks me for the location of the PDF file. I'm putting it in the OneDrive personal desktop. So it's a good idea to give the same title as the title of the design. So that was 60 MCI. That will do us for the moment. So we can save it. And in a moment, I'll start Internet Explorer, my Windows Explorer, and find that file and show you. We'll check the output. Well, here's the file I need, and I'm going to right click and open with. Make sure I use Adobe Acrobat. Gives a much better idea. And I'm zoomed in reasonably well, and I'm quite happy with that as a result. So I can send it back to our user who asked for a demonstration of how to print high quality PDF.